Okay, so the first thing we're going to want to do is toast our spices in a pan over medium heat. Just keep it shaking and moving until it's fragrant. It'll take about 5 minutes. Next, it's time to pound the spice mix. You don't have to use a pestle and mortar, but it does give you better control of the grind of the mix. So start bashing away. It'll take you a little bit of time, but keep on working at it and your patience will be rewarded. And don't forget to scrape the side of the bowl. It'll help with the consistency of the grind. The next step would be liberally salting the shanks. I didn't show it here, but I also flipped them over and salted the other side. That'll help with the crust later. Get a pan going over medium-high heat and brown your meat off in batches. It'll take about 7 minutes per side and you'll develop a decent crust. After 7 minutes, just give your lamb shanks a flip. It might stick a little bit, but that's alright. You can see here we got a pretty decent crust. First batch, I always find that it doesn't get as brown as the second batch, but that's alright. It's still a lot of flavor in there. So you're going to be left with all this lamb fat and all that fond. Just throw in your onions and then add in a little bit of salt. Don't put too much in at first, you can always taste to adjust. It's always better to start off with a little bit less than more, because you can always add but you can't take away. Now once you add in the salt, just give it a stir and start picking up all that fond from the bottom. It'll start to release once the onions start to sweat out. After cooking on medium heat for about 10 to 15 minutes, your onions will be nice and gold. You can add in your tomatoes at this point, give it a stir, and let it cook down another 10 minutes. After about 10 minutes, this is what you're going to be left with. Our paste is looking nice. Just go ahead and add in some garlic into there, and then stir it around. Let it cook for about 2 minutes, let everything infuse and come together nicely. For the next step, you're going to want to add in your tomato paste at this point. Just stir it around, let it cook, caramelize, and roast with the rest of the base for around 5 minutes. And keep in mind, we're cooking over medium heat here. You don't want to scorch it. That's going to make the sauce taste acrid. Now that we've cooked out the tomato paste, it's time to add in the spice mix that we grinded up earlier. Just stir that in and let it cook out for about 2 to 5 minutes. Once you're done cooking down the spices, it's time to add in some stock and just give it a stir. Once everything's stirred and incorporated together, the next step, it's pretty simple. All you're going to want to do is add your lamb to the pot. Now try and fit them in as best as you can, but if you need to move stuff around, then move stuff around. No big deal. You'll see that I kind of goof up here and I couldn't fit everything in properly and I had to shift some stuff around. No worries, it's all part of cooking. Once your lime's in the pot, now what you're going to want to do is just add some more stock, or if you don't have stock, just use water. I mean, I should have added some more stock in the beginning, but like I said, sometimes you make mistakes, but you can fix them, no worries. Now once you have all your lamb in the pot, just add your green chillies, and kind of just like push them in, mix them around as best as you can. I know it's kind of tight here, but you'll make it work. Now just bring everything up to a boil. Once it's boiling, just put on the lid, leave it slightly cracked, and I'll see you in about 3.5 hours. And here's what it looks like after cooking on low for about 3.5 hours. Now everything's pretty much done, you just need to garnish, so you can use cilantro like I'm doing here, or if you're one of those people that don't like the taste, use parsley or even like green onions, just like for a bit of color and a little bit of pop of flavor and freshness. It's all good. And you're going to want to add some garam masala too. Now to serve, I just put one of those shanks over some saffron rice, and I'm putting over a lot more of that gravy. That's the best part in my opinion, nice and spicy and rich. Well, thanks for watching, that's the video.